Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Time Pass for the New Indian Express. I have with me Shruti Hassan, who can sing, who can create magic on stage. She can act, she can cook, and amazingly well. I've been trying out some of her recipes, which are like completely off the wall. You won't find them anywhere. It's a strange mix of things. And she's the owner of a wonderful cat called Clara, who I unfortunately is not with her right now. I think she's in her Mumbai home. So she's joining us from Hyderabad. And I'm sorry that sounded like a matrimonial ad, but you really are almost perfect. So I want to start off by asking Shruti, you've been in the industry now for, I think, over a decade. What has been the best thing that has happened to you during this time?
Well, first of all, Kaveri, thank you for having me today. So much, so nice to see you again after so long, digitally,
Yeah.
virtually. So your question was, how old do I feel?
Yeah, what's the nicest thing that's happened to you in all these years?
I think that, I've always said that I felt like I wasn't cut out for the kind of smart, quick thinking, schmoozing, talking right, doing the right thing.
Right.
I've just never, I still haven't, after 10 years, understood the trick. The nicest thing I've realized is there are some people who've always stood by me and believed in my talent, and they're here 10 years later. I'm repeating work with some of them. Some of them are my friends. I think the nicest thing is the nice people I've met because of the business.
Yeah, and they're not just anyone. I mean, they're enormous stars, people like Surya and, who really value talent and hard work. What is it that you've learned from some of them? Say Surya or Dhanush, such amazing actors.
There's something different to learn from everybody. Like Surya sir and I have done 2 films, one like right at the start of my career, and then like one right before I took a break almost.
Yeah.
So, that was a run. With Dhanush, I think it was a very unique experience because 3 was that kind of film.
Yes.
And it was much more, I think he had much more of a creative input as well. In Telugu, there's just, I'm like 2 films with the Pavan Kalyan. I touched wood. I was like really, really blessed working with people. Mahesa, Allu Arjun, Ram Charan, Bunny, like all of them. And in Tamil as well. But I think I can't tell you particularly that this is the one thing I've learned. What I have learned though is the more successful people are at what they do, the less BS there is around what they want to do. They're very clear. I think the focus of who they are and what they bring is very inspiring.
Right. Shruti, for actors such as you, there's always this enormous conflict, or I think there is, I'm not sure, between artistic choices and, more commercial choices. And I've seen a lot of women and men torn between the two. Has that affected you as well? Have you been conflicted?
I mean, yeah, it has affected, and I'll tell you why. Because in the beginning, I very shamelessly, blatantly went only commercial.
Yeah.
Like I said, I already felt like I was on the fringes, that I was a sort of alternative person to begin with. So my aim was always to like break into mainstream.
Right.
And I knew that if I had the potential to think out of the box, and if I had the ability to reinvent, that the artistic need that is within me cannot be quenched. So that will keep building and reiterating itself. This is the time for me to find that balance. But to be completely honest with you, I didn't have the balance in the past. I was just like, fully in it. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah, but you enjoyed it. You seem to be doing very well at it. So,
I mean, I really enjoyed it. And then when I felt like I didn't enjoy it that much, I took a step back to reassess.
Right. So now that you've taken a step back, what do you want to do going forward? Because you do have 2 enormous films again, right? You have
Dabam.
Yeah, that's right.
And Crack.
Yes, those seem quite big as well, no? Vijay Sethupathi and Ravi Teja, I presume they're enormous films.
Yes, and the thing is, what I like about these Kaveri is they are commercial, but I think I found like the ability to find those voices that are not caricatures of women, but like in a commercial film have a tonality that is relatable.
Yeah.
And I think I've achieved that with these two films in terms of my character.
Right. And it's so interesting because in terms of when you talk of finding one's voice, you found your voice in music so well, you know, truly, because your voice is distinctive, your music is distinctive. It's a little bit of Tamil, sometimes a little bit of English, and it just flows seamlessly. Um, Yet you struggled a bit in cinema. Why was that?
I think I still struggle in cinema because nobody knows how to cast me, Kaveri. It's been a big problem.
Yeah.
I have a Hollywood agent, I have a UK agent. When I did Treadstone as well, they were just like, where is she from? Like, we're really confused. I think it's the demeanor as well as my facial features,
Right.
as well as that I don't look North Indian or South Indian. Like, I love that. I think in the long run, I like being that sort of indescribable, non-geographical sort of person. But I also felt like in music, especially, I trained in Hindustani Sangeet, which came with like a discipline and a sort of, tear-up that you need to have as a musician. And then came like my influences studying in LA, being really a part of that culture of different is good. Flaws are wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the music. And I think I found myself in a place which, even though like very few, even now I feel very few things are not motivated by the visual spectacle of it. And I found it very difficult to find my authenticity in a field of work that I had never trained in as well.
Right.
I trained in music. I'd been on stage.
Yeah.
I'd done my Sangeet practices with students, with so it felt very natural. I've been on stage since I was 6, but I'd never acted. Acted.
Right.
And I didn't train in it, so I didn't have the jargon or the tools to help me come to a decision quicker. So I think that's what it was, really. And I think that I love acting because I feel like I learned in front of 1 million people and I improved in front of 1 million people.
Right.
And now I feel that what I can feel with my fans, which I love, online especially, is this journey is theirs as well.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't come up as some perfect, promising product.
Right.
I was so flawed, and they saw that, and they saw it being fixed and glued together. And that is the bond that I share with the people who like me.
I agree with you absolutely. We're so drawn to people who are like us, who are not perfect, But
I'm the furthest thing from perfect.
But it's so rare, Shruti, to find someone in a public space who's so honest. It's very difficult, in fact, to be honest as well. You have so many advisors, I'm sure, managers, PR people telling you, no, this is what you have to do. You have to wear this. You have to look this. You have to go to these parties. You have to attend these award shows. I'm sure there are a million guidelines.
It's never that obvious like you think,
Right.
It's not. I don't think I'm the kind of personality ever, even when I was a kid.
I would dare to say it too.
It's not that I'd just be like, no, I don't feel like. It's a very subliminal, ephemeral sort of force of you must belong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a tiring thing to be someone else on screen and off screen?
But that was the thing when I'm telling you that I was so bad at the schmoozing is I literally used to say, you're not paying me to act now to like you. I can't do
it. Which must have been a shock to a lot of established people, right?
No, I was never, I wouldn't say I was rude. I was just quiet. And I think quiet is more dangerous than words sometimes.
Yeah. You began your journey with Hindi films, and I remember Imran, I think, is a friend of yours, and
he's my Rafi brother.
Yeah, I know, and he speaks, in fact, very highly of you. I remember when Luck was released, I think that was his second film and your first film, and he'd of course just come from Jaane Tu Jaane Na, which was an enormous.
I know, it was insane at that time.
Yeah. And you had a very difficult role. You had two parts to play, right?
Honestly, Kaveri, there was nothing difficult about it because I did not know what on earth I was doing. I can say today it's been 10 years and I managed to like stick around. I had no clue. I was like, huh? A for apple. Like it was very bad. I see it now. But the only thing that was good in that movie was my individual Azma Love song because I was in my element. I had sung the song. I was like, I'm ready to be a rock and roll, like, you know, whatever. But the movie in itself, I thought, I know this because I've been on movie sets my whole life. I know this. So I was comfortable with the camera and stuff. But I didn't know the air of acting. I didn't know. And I had spent my whole life covering up emotions and using only music as an outlet. So when I had to be in front of the camera, it took me years, even as an actor, to remove the personal walls that I had built. I was always, as a kid, like, I want to be unreadable. I want to be unreadable, which is like the worst thing I could have done to myself. Had I known then that one day I might act, because I had no plans of acting either. I mean, acting was just, it just happened to me by mistake, but I say it's the best mistake of my life.
Yeah. And also, you went on to do some interesting Bollywood films, some very big hits. Welcome Back, and which were, I suppose, mad in their way, fun in their way. But did you enjoy? You must have enjoyed the process. But
see, when you're doing a Welcome Back, you cannot try to get into the process. Okay. The trick there is to leave stuff behind and get into that sort of energy of fun and slapstick. And I love comedy. I love extreme, intense, high, messed up stuff. And then I love comedy, straight up nonsensical comedy.
Nothing in between.
The in-between is hard for me even as a person. You know? You can ask my friends, I'm never just, it's chill. It's like, I love it. I hate it. Like,
So did you love or did you hate Mumbai movies? And what's your take on it now?
I'm sorry, did I love or did I?
Mumbai movies, you know, making movies in Mumbai.
See, I love Mumbai as a city. I feel very connected. I'm more connected to speaking Hindi and all because my mom was speaking to me in Hindi every day. I actually learned Tamil later in my life, which nobody would believe. I mean, I knew the basic Tamil because I was born and brought up in Chennai. But, you know, we were all like, oh, I speak English, it's so cool. And then, you know, so I feel that I still haven't figured out Bombay. There's a rhythm which I always feel like they're doing the waltz and I'm doing the tango, you know. But we've had certain steps that have synchronized like a DJ, you know, which I love very much. In fact, I really liked my experience on Beno Giteri as well, like working with someone like Rajkumar Rao, like he was really dedicated to his work. I also enjoyed the Welcome Back. So I'm one of those people who go in and kind of just enjoy stuff because I'm not a whiner. I'm like, Abhichalo, like we're here. But I do feel like we speak different languages sometimes, and I don't mean Hindi and Tamil, I literally mean more metaphysically. And I'm really interested to see when we can start understanding each other.
The last movie that you did where you felt your audience is truly connected to you and you felt that pure love?
I think the last film in Telugu, one of the last films in Telugu was Srimantru, which people really, really liked. Yes.
What was it about it, you think?
I think that I loved the director that I worked with, Shiva Kaukala. Like he's a writer as well for many, many years. So when a writer directs, the energy is like, you know, it's a bit more magical, you know. And I would say the permutation and combination of traits that he gave that woman of modernity and tradition was so beautifully crafted that it resonated across the board with so many men and women. So, and across age groups as well. So I think that was something that really resonated with